Right now, we are living in some very tense times that may cause us some anxiety, and some of us get through a little better than others. And I want to read this today because I think, especially now with these big transits of these planets and the aspects that are going on, I think we need to look into this a little bit more. Today is March 11th, 2025, and when you see this, it will be for all signs. It's a collective reading. You can take with it what you like and not, but definitely I feel you're going to want to share this one. Somebody out there really needs to hear this message. Welcome to your fate and fortune with True Oracle. I am Lady Zelda, and I'm here today to ask you, will you be a hero or a villain? And many of us in time choose a particular side or not. There's really not a gray area. Now, I ask that because it seems that that is the trend, especially on social media. Somebody doesn't like something and then somebody else gets jumped. Now, many of you that are watching this don't feel that way. In fact, you would avoid it, and I agree. But what about that little office scuffle? What about the employees? What about your career? What about where you work? How about your friends? How about your family? Somebody says something that just hits you the wrong way. Do you pull out the snark? Do you pull out the snarky? Or do you take the higher road? Which is better for you? I'm going to let you make that decision based on what we have here. We have 3 decks of cards here that will help you understand where you need to be in all of this, in this equation. Now, again, thank you so much for being here. And if you'll please do me a favor, subscribe and like this. And again, share. I think somebody out there is going to need it that you know as well. So the 3 decks are Cartomancy, Lenormand, and a Tarot. So we're going to just make this little video for you. We're going to see, and believe me, there's many times. I mean, I don't think there's any justice, or I'm sorry, any judgment there for what you feel justice is. I just think the best thing for you to remember is how you feel the next day. How you feel the next day. So here we are, my darlings. We're asking spirit guide angels to give us insight on this and to help us navigate through this time. And we're going to see exactly where this goes. All right, first card off the top is the 2 of Swords. Doesn't surprise me. The 3 of Wands. The King of Pentacles. We're going to scooch these over. Is scooch a word? I think it is. Okay. We have the 8 of Wands. 2 more. We have that Ace of Pentacles. Look how beautiful that little card is. And we have the Temperance card. This is so interesting. I've got to say that. We're going to put these to the side in case we need them again. We'll just put them up here. I'm going to pull these down while we read these. I love this deck. This is just such a beautiful deck. I just love it. This is the Lisa Parker, and sometimes referred to as Laura Parker deck. Okay. This 2 of Swords. Now, the swords are communication, but this 2 of Swords near the 3 of Wands is a very interesting pair. I'll show this to you. Now, with this being a definite communication, but it's a definite, you see how the swords are crossed? It's basically giving us the idea of it's time that we protect our own energy, no matter what the situation is, because it will be a choice. And I like reading that because how we react is definitely a choice. It's no one else but ourselves. And many times we, me included, have said some things that we regret. And it's very hard to go back, right? It's very hard to go back. Done some things. But this is telling us that put the energy of yourself first. Protect your energy. I think that's one of the best advices that we can get out of this reading is that, first of all, we have to think about ourselves, not how it makes us feel at that particular moment, but the energy surrounding us. Does something like maybe someone driving down the road and they pull in front of you and they cut you off and it just ruins your day? This is telling us that no matter what the circumstance or situation is, that choice is up to us, how we handle that. Maybe that person was going through something and they couldn't think at the particular moment. As long as everybody is okay, should we allow something like that to ruin our day? Let's come here to this King of Pentacles and this Eight of Wands. The King of Pentacles is this king energy that basically says he is there for us. He is grounded. Now, sometimes this is financial, and it could be over something financial, but in this particular situation, I feel this reading is lending itself toward grounding, making sure that you come first in this equation of hero or villain. Because believe me, my darlings, even though now, when life is peaceful, there has been someone in your life that feels that you are a villain. And there has been someone in your life that feels that you are a hero. And it's up to you, it's up to us to decide how we want to process that energy. Now, this shows us that this big grounding feeling of this stability, our energy being stable, needs to be put in place, because there will be, and I'm confident in saying that, there will be situations starting and arising probably by the end of this month for many of us that will be out of the blue. That if we don't have our energy in the right place, there's a really good potential of us being a villain and not a hero. And that is our message from the guides and the higher power. I'm liking this because, sometimes, and especially when you get older, sometimes you look back and you think, wow, that I'm glad that I did it that way. But would we do it now? There cannot be any regrets in this. Now, this Ace of Pentacles, don't you love him? Look how beautiful he is. And look at those blue eyes. My, my. This ace is a timing card. It's a benevolent energy coming out for you to encompass you, to help you with this grounding, to help you build this very stable foundation, the feeling of security and safeness around you. That's here for you today, my darlings. Now, this Temperance card, isn't that a sweet little picture? But the Temperance card tells us that we have to find that balance. We have to be, and by the way, this is a card for Sagittarius. If any of you are a Sagittarius out there, I like Sagittarius. Sagittarians are very loyal, and it fits this card perfectly. And they also lean toward law enforcement or any type of law. With that being said, that fits in very well with this, because we certainly don't want to be in a position or a predicament that leads into a lawful situation. So this is a gentle warning, just a gentle advice. I'm going to say maybe not a warning, but a gentle advice that we need to be thinking daily about how grounded we are, how secure we are, and not let the emotions or the actions of others jerk our chains. I'm just going to say that. Now, obviously, I'm not telling you not to protect yourself. That's a different story. But what I'm saying is just that little snark that maybe come from somewhere else, does that warrant the snark from you? Or do you want to take another road and just say, it's not worth it? That's not worth it. It's not worth it. All charged up. It's not worth it. Take the other road, the other pathway. Let's see. And this, if I haven't mentioned it, is a balance. Spiritual, material, and mental. Now, I'm going to say it this way. It's an invitation for us to protect our energy and make sure that we are in a very good work-life balance in all areas of our life. Because we can then handle things that come out of the blue. And we're standing on stable ground. We're standing on a very earthy, grounded situation in which we can then move on and push forward. I'm not saying that there might not be a time where you want to be the villain, but it's a choice. And look at that. And look at that, putting these to the side. Now, this Tower card is not the same as the Tower in the tarot. This Tower card is a representation of either government, could be, and or medical. That kind of fits in with this. The government could be law. Medical could be, would we be involved in something that would really hurt us physically? Or maybe cause someone else harm? I know that you don't want to do that, and I know you're not even looking in that direction. But I think for us today to just see this, and even for me, it reminds me that, these things on social media, I don't want to be led. I don't want to be led into something or feeling that there's a certain way we need to react to certain things anymore. For me personally, quick assessing of a situation, and I always think, is it worth it? Is it worth it to me to carry this on so I'm having a bad evening, a bad day, and maybe a bad next 3 days? But this is telling us that there is a surrounding of a possible very negative ending to a situation if you choose one path. If you choose the other path, this is a very good one because this is the 9 of Hearts. It's the yes card. I'm loving this. It's the yes card. It's the dream fulfilled. It's the goal. It's the wish fulfilled. And you see, there's a gentleman there, this rider. And he's riding away. He is riding in a direction that is away. So is that the yes for you? I think for many of us. I think there may be even some of us that have a situation that are going on right now that we're just really struggling with and dealing with, and how do we handle this? And maybe somebody giving you a hard time at work, maybe a friend, family member, somebody may not even know. But this is your indication that the situation will heal. There is a choice. The situation will heal. I want you to remember that it's temporary. Very good. This is telling us that we need to partner with ourselves. With the surrounding cards, this is a card of coming together. It could even be marriage. But sometimes I feel we have to marry our beliefs, our energy, to make sure that we are in a good place. So this king, funny enough, can be thought of as a grounding king, just like this King of Pentacles. This king is very earthy. Incidentally, he can be a Virgo, if you know of a Virgo. But that energy of that grounding, he brings us common sense. I include myself in this. He brings us common sense that says, look, we need to figure this out before we really get involved and jump into something that we will regret later. This Five of Clubs, telling us that yes, things may become frustrating. Yes, things may become upsetting. We may have to make some decisions, and maybe some quick decisions. But the most important part of this is, I feel, is to protect ourselves, protect our energy. Because when we protect ourselves and our energy, then we are well equipped to help others. And that's the most important thing as well. Look at this. We've got a lot of wands. The Six of Wands. That Six of Wands, wonderful. Riding as a champion. Heading off into champion territory. Having that laurel wreath over your head of victory. Being that bigger person that you know that you probably could have really caused some damage. And I mean probably verbally more than physically. But you will be upheld as a hero when you take that path. So the choice is yours, my darling. What will you be, a hero or a villain? I think you know the direction you're going to take, and you know what? No judgment here. We love you. We're just happy that you're here, and we're happy that this message comes out for you. I'm loving this. Thank you so much for being here. Again, this is Your Fate and Fortune with True Oracle. I am Lady Zelda. If you'd like to have a reading with me, please feel free to click and click the links in the description, and it will take you to a place where you can order a reading with me. And I'm going to leave the link to our site at the end of this video, so if you'd like to shop, there's things we have to offer as well. Thanks again for being here, and much love to you. I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.